Hi, thanks for joining me. We have updated our 4 ebooks. They're available free online. I'll give you links in the show notes and in the comments or in the description below the video. I'm going to briefly describe each one of them. This is the All-in-One Financial with Bill Holiday. We discuss financial planning issues such as investing, taxes, estate planning, insurance, and retirement planning. Brought to you by AIO Financial, which is a fee only. They act as a fiduciary financial planning firm working with clients all over the U.S. AIOFinancial.com. Thanks a lot for being here, joining me on this. AIO Financial is our broad company. That's how we're registered with the SEC. On our podcast and video channel, we're going to have different episodes about a lot of these different topics: insurance, investing, taxes, retirement planning. But we're going to break them out into our 4 divisions. So we have 4 divisions within AIO. One is Impact Financial Planners, and that's our impact. The focus is on sustainable, responsible impact investing, making a difference with your investments. AMA Financial Advisors is our division that focuses on athletes, musicians, and actors. So financial planning specifically for that entertainment industry. Expat Planners is for Americans living abroad or considering living abroad, dealing with their special needs for financial planning. And then Tus Financieros is our financial planning division that is all in Spanish. We have a website for each of our divisions. There are links on our main website. Hope that makes sense. We're trying to structure it to make it easier to understand, or to be real clear about how we're structured. Everything goes through AIO though, and all of the episodes will be on the AIO site. Let me run through our 4 ebooks. We have an investing ebook, goes over general investing, sustainable, responsible impact investing for those interested in making an impact with their investments. Expat Financial Planning, dealing with financial planning issues for people living outside the US, Americans living outside. And then our investment ebook in Spanish, we've updated as well. So I'll briefly go over each of these. Our investing ebook covers different types of investments: exchange traded funds, mutual funds, individual stocks and bonds, alternative liquid mutual funds. So investments that are not correlated or not moving the same as bond and stock markets, that will do a little differently there. Structured products, which have downside protections. They work as a bond linked to an index, give you some upside potential, some downside protection. 3 different strategies there with structured products. Illiquid investments, those are ones where you invest, they run their operation. It's kind of like investing in an individual stock, but it's illiquid in that they run their operation and then have a liquidation event, like they'll buy up solar fields or buy up industrial complexes, and then they'll bundle them all together and sell them off, and that's when you get your money back. There's a lot of qualifications about being able to invest in these. Option trading, steps to investing, just looking at how much you need in prudent reserve, cash on hand, what your time horizon is, your risk tolerance, how comfortable are you with ups and downs in the markets, because we don't want you to be invested, and then if the market does take a dip, we don't want you to be panicked and wanting to sell or needing to sell at that time and selling when things are down. So we definitely want to look at those risk tolerance, time horizon, and we want a diversified portfolio. So we step through how to look at some of those, how to evaluate investments, looking at different load structures. So there are institutional shares, there's A share, retail shares, then there's also load shares, which some advisors who get commissions or sell products will get their fee from these and loads being put on your investments. Expense ratios, performance, we look at all those, have some example portfolios, and look at the nitty gritty, the how do you actually get going in investing? Where should you go, or where are some good options? Consideration, if you need an advisor, want support, what should you be looking at? You know, mostly it's how they're compensated, if they're selling you products or if they're fiduciaries or acting as fiduciaries, fee only. And then account maintenance, what should you be doing as you're moving along with your portfolio. And we give some resources. So this is a general guidebook on investing. We do have one we updated on our SRI, Sustainable Responsible Impact Investing. So this is investing with the idea of making an impact. We talk about the growth and how this has exploded in the last few years. A lot of people do not want to be invested in fossil fuels, or do want to make an impact, want to impact these companies, and as shareholders you can. We look at the three major components are screening positive and negative, including and excluding companies depending on your values and your goals, shareholder advocacy, how to engage with companies, or selecting funds that have the same values as you so that they can engage. Some of the big initiatives that are being worked on as far as climate change is a big one, executive compensation, political contributions, supply chain conditions, diversity on boards of directors. There's a lot of good initiatives that are being worked on right now. Community investing, that's providing capital to communities, nonprofits, individuals who otherwise would not have access, and supporting projects, putting your money toward projects you want to support. We look at, similarly with the investment ebook, we look at classes of funds, mutual funds versus exchange traded funds, expense ratios, performance, how to evaluate the investment options, because there's thousands, hundreds of different mutual funds and thousands of options out there. Your steps determining, same with the traditional investment. You want to look to make sure you have a sufficient prudent reserve, that you look at your risk tolerance, your time horizon, diversification, and then we put in there an SRI questionnaire looking at what issues are most important to you. And then we show some examples of funds in different areas, US, in different size companies, invested in foreign, emerging foreign bonds, alternative, illiquid alternatives on the SRI side, separately managed accounts as an option, example portfolios, and then the steps to actually get going, where to invest, if you want an advisor, what to be considering, what to look at, and what you should be doing with accounts on an ongoing basis. A bunch of resources, websites, and then SRI funds list. And again, there's hundreds of funds available, so we list quite a few of those. Expat Financial Guide is another ebook that we've updated and launched, available free. Again, we have a separate website for that, but there is a link through AIO as well. It's covering expat taxes, which are a large issue, understanding or preparing for living abroad so there's no surprises, estimating the cost of living, how to or what to consider with moving money back and forth from the US to a foreign country, some investment products and small businesses. Actually, this is more of be aware of a lot of the sales that go on, health and life insurance considerations, looking at availability, looking at limitations of US health and life insurance abroad, investment accounts, and generally we recommend keeping your investment accounts in the US, but there are a lot of considerations depending on what country. Will you get a tax advantage for an IRA, for what are the tax implications, or benefits or not, depending on what country and their relative tax rate. Estate planning, that's another big issue. Just if something were to happen to you, having your estate plan documents in order, US and abroad. And then we do look at investing, talk about investing, similar to the other ebooks, and what that looks like when you're abroad, and considerations when you're abroad. We do have a bunch of resources. Tus Financieros is our Spanish book, and it's just focused on investments. Since I'm giving this in English, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that one. We'll do another podcast for that on a different channel, on their channel, on the Tus Financieros channel. So where do you get your free ebooks? I have them all at the AIO website, at the Impact Financial Planners website, the Expat Planners website, and Tus Financieros website. I believe at the AMA for the athletes, musicians, and actors, we're just offering the SRI and investment ebooks. We don't have a separate ebook for AMA yet. We're working on it and we'll get it out. Generally, we produce a bunch of blogs, use some of those blogs as the base to get the ebook going. But for next year, it'll be available. All right. Again, we are AIO Financial. We are fee-only advisors. We don't get commissions. We don't sell any products. We're compensated only by our clients as fiduciaries held to a fiduciary standard. We're independent. We work with clients in different cost structures depending on their situation and needs. If you want any support, we help with all aspects: retirement planning, insurance, estate planning, investment management. Let us know. You can set up a free upfront meeting. Just go to aiofinancial.com. All right. Thanks a lot. I hope these are helpful. Please give me feedback if these ebooks are useful for you. If you see errors or areas you'd like to see us expand or add, please let me know and we'll revise it. We do revise these each year, and so the next revision, sometimes more than that, depending on, if we see an area we want to add to it, we will before the end of the year. But please give me feedback, comments, questions, emails. I appreciate it all. Good and bad, whatever you have, let me know. All right, thanks a lot. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.